na. Start na, start na.
So, 50 ka mag-end.
Start na, please. Start na, start ng record.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Record.
Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, our group we're going to discuss about the solid waste management case study of Naga City, Philippines. Naga City is a city located in the province of Camarines Sur. The city's continuous growth and increase in population results in the increase of municipal solid waste. Despite the city's various efforts in solving the solid waste problems, including the city's diversion program since 2005, which aims to divert the solid waste from the Balatas dump site by waste segregation. Its goal is to have a zero solid waste dumped at the site by year 2025. The Balatas dump site is still receiving at least 80 tons of solid waste per day and has now reached its absorptive capacity. The diversion program has so far been able to divert from the dump site only 15% of the total solid waste collected. Within the Nexus framework, the waste to energy project is one of the priorities of Naga City, considering the dump site's effect on the communities and the governing national law on solid waste. Facing the problem of the Balatas dump site approaching its absorptive capacity, odor affecting the communities, ground and water contamination from leachate, and as well as new San Isidro site preparation and implementation of suitable technology, the City of Naga requested GIZ Nexus to study Naga solid waste management. As a result, management of the municipality is more informed on how to effectively make use of the loan from the central government to tackle urgent landfill problems, specifically on the closure of the Balatas dump site and the preparation of the new San Isidro sanitary landfill and application of suitable waste to energy technology. So the city of Naga is facing a huge problem in terms of their municipal solid waste. As the city's population increase, their solid waste also increase. And one of their dump site, the Balatas dump site, has been reached its absorptive capacity. That is, the dump site is receiving 80 tons of solid waste per day. So imagine that. So this is one of the city's huge problem. However, using large amount of municipal land to apply technology to treat the municipal waste could prove uneconomical. So the city is creating strategies to address this problem. So another alternative could be an innovative technology called maximum yield technology. The maximum yield technology is able to recycle up to 90% of the waste, requiring little space. Respective options requiring small space of treatment and high recycling potential should be studied in more detail. That's all.
So from the global perspective, the issue of waste management is becoming increasingly important. So given the increasing amount and diversifying content of waste, countries should seek out sustainable waste management options. So which protect both local and global environment. As such, there is a need for public awareness on solid waste management and policies. So for more active participation of the community in waste reduction and urgency for more strategic planning for the LGUs and solid waste management task force, stakeholder awareness campaigns at the grassroots level. So should be regularly implemented, taking into account their culture, attitude, and belief. So in Naga City, it's just about establishing a routine data collection on waste. So they are just establishing a collection routine. So there were approved policies on management, but strictly implementation should be forced to make them effective. So their policies is just an implementation, but it is not strict. So in most of the world, the vision is to develop sustainable strategies toward zero waste. Although it seems like wishful thinking, positive change can only be brought about by setting higher goals. So when we say zero waste, so it's impossible to happen because in Naga City, they develop strategies by implementing different simple but holistic solid waste management program. So therefore, the challenge for government authorities, whether it is in local or national unit, is to prepare a well-designed solid waste management plan, incorporating issues on information dissemination with its stakeholders down to the grassroots level. So aside from the common household practices such as burning of waste, burying some of them, and no proper segregation of solid waste. So still household rely on garbage collection managed by the government. So the household always rely to the government collection because they believe that only government who manage for the garbage collection. So they believe that collection and disposal is the responsibility of government. So given the fact that the city government promotes reuse, recycle, and reduce, or the 3R technologies, focusing on zero waste. So which is certainly part of its efficient information dissemination plan. So they are just saying that we need to promote our 3R technologies for focusing on zero waste. So in Naga City, government sees waste as a potential resource. So there were initiated and implemented waste reduction program. But unfortunately, some of them were not sustained. Political issues, attitudes, and lack of social acceptability, acceptability among the residents are some reasons for these findings. So a more comprehensive waste management plan with well-designed strategies can be the first phase. Strict implementation. So that's the one of the way to have a zero waste. We need to implement strictly. So some of mandatory policies will enhance its sustainability. So its full implementation may require appropriate funding from the LGUs. So the government was the one who obliged this kind of environmental issues. So that's it.
Okay. Solid waste management case study of Naga. So we are talking about how they handle their solid waste in Naga. So we know that people suffer from serious pollution problems caused by generation of large quantity of waste. Studies conducted that solid waste management SWM showed minimal impact to the community. In some areas in the Philippines, like maninggingan na to nga Naga City. So isa ang Naga City. It also analyzed the awareness of the household heads on the programs and its level of priority by the local government units. Despite the importance of the aspect of strong regulation towards the sustainable solid waste management system, there are still few studies focusing on analyzing sustainable solid waste. That's why solid waste management from the perspective of strong regulation. So, meron to akong share about this topic and thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. To be continued the Naga City, Philippines, rationale. The Naga City serves as the regional center of Bicol region, located in the eastern part of the Philippines, facing the Pacific Ocean. The city population 2014 is totally 225,000 and it and is expected to increase in the coming years. Naga demography showed that it has a fairly young population with 55.39% of the whole population being comprised by resident 24 years old and below. Mostly center for socioeconomic activities in its region, Naga City development meanwhile threaten its environment and natural resources. The continuous increase in the city population result in a dramatic increase of municipal solid waste. Despite the city effort in solving the solid waste problem, including the diversion program since 2005, which to divert the solid waste from the Balatas dam site by waste segregation's goal to have zero solid waste dump at the site by the year 2025. The Balatas dam site is still receiving at least 80 ton only. 15% of the total solid waste collected. So that's all for today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Within the framework, Waste of to Energy project is one of the priorities of Naga City, considering the depth site effect of communities and governing national law solid waste. In October 2024, representatives from Naga City are invited to visit the sanitary landfill site at Bantan, Chiang Mai, Thailand. Bantan Sanitary Landfill applies approach technology in landfill sales preparation and control, landfill gas collection, electricity generation from LFG, and fruit drying factory. From waste head, the site designer, operator hold overall above technology, sustainable sanitary landfill to energy system. Facing the problem of the Balantas dump is approaching its effective capacity. Outdoor affecting the community, ground and water contamination from as well as the San Isidro site preparation and implementation of sustainable technology. The city Naga required GIG used to support the study of SSLTES, except the Naga solid waste management. Specifically, on the close of the Balantas gap site, the preparation of the San Isidro sanitary landfill and application of sustainable waste energy technology. The study was implemented in August 2015. That's all.
So what I have observed on this case study about the Naga is their problem is people suffered from serious pollution and caused by the generation large quantities of waste and also lack of interest to attend solid waste management campaign and inadequate time from the LGUs to monitor the activity. So that's the one um that's their problem.
So, isa sila sa mga polluted. Wala na, wala na manage ang ilang pollution kung asa dapit nila isa ang naga.
Yes, because the government or the LGU there is just implement um, but they were not monitor of its barangay or households. In
This is
short, they
their
were just
problem.
initiated an implementation waste reduction
They are
program.
not following the rules of their community or their barangay or their LGU.
It's also the residents in Naga, they are lack of interest. Also, they were not um, following the LGU's policies implementation. But
The
the best
problem of
thing to
their
do
barangay.
is having a training or seminar that can be conducted at the grassroots level on the different solid waste program. And also, it is therefore suggested that the local units should allocate funds for training and seminars with the active participation of different stakeholders. But most importantly is the household. So the LGU must give that funding for training and seminars on solid waste management. They were just saying it is mandatory, but there are lack of monitoring. So, mm, so Naga is one of the place in the Philippines who suffer this kind of environmental issue because as what I have research is Naga is a destination of one of the largest pilgrimage in Asia. So Naga is a secondary city in the Philippines that spread from a common trend. So developing rapid to meet the demands of economic activities which can eventually lead to disruption of other system within the city. So the government facing the problem on how to put in place safeguards to manage resource in an integrated manner. So the Naga is the queen of city of Bicol. So there are some destination there because most people visit there. So their waste also no the government unit or the solid waste stakeholders didn't implement the right implementation for solid waste management.
I think the government as well will be have their implementation because they know that Naga is one of the living there. That's why I think that their municipality or their government their regulation, their implementation will be ganitong kuan gid ilang implement dapat mag-implement gid sila sa ilahang solid waste management. I think so. Okay na ta. We are 5 na. Asang isa. Kinsay nawala sa to.
Ate Lynn, nalubat.
Then, nalobat.
In addition, guys,
Okay, classmates, thank you for the group. I hope I'm with
I
it.
think that's only what can we explain about this Naga city.
I think we do our best to explain
Yeah, we're
about
trying our best.
to explain about the issue about Naga City. I think so.
Yeah. Even if our signal is not cooperate, still
And
not cooperate.
signal and
And I'm not feeling it.
Our battery is weak.
Mhm.
The weather is weak.
Our network signal is lack of cooperation.
Still, we have to do this. And thank you, guys.
Thank you. And that's all for this afternoon.